I think it's interesting to reflect that this is the 40th Creativity Award show, and maybe have a look at some of the changes that have happened over the past 40 years in terms of communication, and how far-reaching those changes have been in our business, in the communications business, but also in all of our clients' businesses over that time, and the role that communications, creative communications, actually plays in that business. You know, if you think back to the 60s and 70s, when clients genuinely had products that had USPs, where they had differences to other products, whereas nowadays, you know, products are increasingly becoming more and more similar to one another. It's very rare to find a genuine USP in a product or a service. And those differences are nowadays created by creative communications. The role of creativity in business is big, and it's getting bigger every day. Like in any show, the work we've been looking at over the past 3 days is always a bit of a retrospective of probably the last 12 to 18 months. And I think it's interesting just to think for a second about what's actually happened in the past 12 to 18 months, the sort of backdrop that work has been created against. You know, the world has been through perhaps the biggest financial crisis that it's ever seen. And it's interesting to see how that's actually, the effect that that's had on the work that we've been judging over the past 3 days here in Louisville. I think, from my point of view, there are three kinds of clients, three kinds of corporations. There's the kind of, let's stick our head in the sand and just hope everything goes away and cut the communications budget, let's not do anything. And there's the guys who say, well, okay, we'll communicate, we'll do a little bit, but we'll try and keep it, you know, very conservative, we won't take any risks, we'll keep it very kind of straight. And then the guys, the third group of companies, the third group of corporations is really what we've been looking at over the past 3 days. They're the people who've gone out, they've found the best creative people in the market, they've found the best agencies, they've hired them, and they've come up with some really outstanding creative work. And they've managed to move their brand forward despite the gloom and doom that's going on around them. And I predict that, you know, in another 40 years, those are the brands, those are the companies that are still going to be here in the market. And the other two guys, they're not going to be there. Because creativity today is a key part, it's a key strategic business tool in a portfolio for a CEO. Perhaps one of his key assets. And that's really one of the things that, you know, in any kind of economic crisis, one of the areas that can still be highly influential and a key tool in actually moving a brand forward and creating a brand that's close to its consumers and that's going to succeed moving forward.